But first, as we said, investors right now are searching for any kind of news to get the current trends shaken up a bit as it continues here, the sell-off that we've seen in 2022. And for more on what could be on the horizon, perhaps maybe for some good news here, as big banks kicking off earnings season in earnest. And for more on what to look ahead to when those start reporting, want to get Yahoo Finance's Brian Cheung back here on the show. And Brian, I mean, it's happened before when we've seen bouts of volatility. Earnings come out, maybe investors have something else to chew on. What are you expecting to hear from them?
Yeah, well, we're going to get a lot of economic data points and anecdotes in addition to bank earnings at the end of the week. But let me start off with the first immediate kind of headline risk, which could come tomorrow morning when Fed Chairman Jay Powell hits Capitol Hill for his Senate testimony. He's not going to be speaking just about the CARES Act. This is actually going to be his confirmation hearing after being re-upped for a second term by President Biden. Three things to watch for in that hearing. First of all, how is the Fed going to tackle high inflationary prints? We actually are now seeing some Fed watchers like those at Evercore ISI, Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank now saying they expect 4 interest rate hikes in 2022. The Fed chairman could face some questions in his confirmation hearing about that tomorrow. Then secondly, there's also the topic of climate change. We know that the Federal Reserve has wanted to pay a little bit more mind to the risks of climate to the financial system. That might actually lose a little bit of Democrat or Republican support. You have some Democrat senators saying they feel like Powell is not more aggressive on that, whereas some Republicans feel that the Fed might be doing too much outside of their mandate on that front. But also keep in mind the third thing that we could be watching for in that testimony, which could be that big ethics scandal that we saw last year that saw 2 officials from the Dallas and Boston Feds pushed out after some trading that they had done. A New York Times piece from Gina Smilek last week actually highlighted the fact that the Fed vice chairman, who's outgoing this month, actually may have not properly reported as originally reported the way that he was moving around some of his stock funds before the Fed started taking emergency actions in 2020. That's going to get some scrutiny from Elizabeth Warren, who filed a letter today asking for more information from Fed Chairman Jay Powell. So definitely pay attention to that as that confirmation hearing kicks off tomorrow at 10 a.m.
All right, Brian Cheung bringing us the latest there to keep an eye on all of that. And of course, later in the week, as you said, we'll be watching everything else when it comes to big banks there as well.